What's going on, Smitties? It is Patrick here, and today I am bringing you a complete guide to NukeTown Zombies. So NukeTown Zombies only came in the Hardened Edition, and it is going to be coming out to everybody sometime in the future. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do a guide, just telling you guys basically everything there is to need to know about NukeTown Zombies. So without further ado, let's get into this. So first off, I'm just going to show you basically the main central area of the map, which is where you spawn. You spawn basically by that yellow bus around there. So it's basically the exact same as NukeTown, except for a bunch of debris in the way. And it's kind of annoying because there's a lot of times where you're so used to the NukeTown in Black Ops that it's like, oh, I can go here, but then there's like stuff in the way. Like, for example, on either sides of the houses, you cannot go through there. It's all blocked off. So the only way you can get in through the houses is through the doors. So first, let's look at what we're faced with if we go into the blue house. So when you walk in through that door, which is $1,000, you're going to be faced with two options. You can go up the stairs to the right, or you can go to the left around this wall right here, and you have a door, which is another $1,000. So you go through here and you're in the backyard of NukeTown. Now the second option you have from here is you can go to the staircase, which is to your right there. And you're going to go up here and it is, I think, $1,000. And once you're up here, you have one more thing of debris, which is kind of tedious to do. But I mean, if you have the money, why not? So now let's move on to the yellow house. When you walk in here, you're going to be faced with basically the same options to go up the stairs to the right or on through to the left-ish area. Now, if you go through to the left, there are two doors which you can open, and they basically get you to the same place. You do have to open them both separately, so it's kind of a waste of money to do both, but you know what? If you want to, be my guest. So you come up here, and basically the same sort of deal. Open that door, and then you have one last piece of debris you can clear. So you go through downstairs, which is, same thing, and it'll bring you to this area, which you're probably familiar with. So there's one more door that you can open up back here, and it's 3,000 points, which you may think is stupid because what's behind there? Well, there's actually a power-up behind there. It's random, it switches every level, and basically it's yours for the taking if you want to spend the points. And the last openable thing on this map is this bus up here. So there's 3 spots where you should be able to enter, and they're all blocked off. It costs 3,000 points to get in here, and you're going to want to open this place up because when you do, there are a ton of things on the wall, which is what I'm going to get into next. So starting off in the blue house, we have the B23R, and I highly recommend that you get this gun on the first few levels because it is cheap and it is going to rack you up points. Not to mention it's really close to everywhere that you're going to be, so highly recommend a gun. The next gun is upstairs in the blue house, and it is the MP5. Again, I'd use it, it doesn't really matter. The only downside is that you have to keep coming up here to get more ammo, which could be dangerous. You can get out here if you want to, but it's not worth the risk, and I just go with the B23R, which is the gun downstairs. And the other 2 guns that we have in the main point are the Olympia and the M14 from Black Ops 1. They're both $500. Get them if you want, but you're probably better to save your money and get a better gun. So, whatever you feel like, really. So now moving on to the guns in the yellow house. So again, there are 2 guns in here. First off, we have the Remington bunch of numbers and letters for 1,500 points. If you like shotguns, I'd say go ahead and get it, but it's not really worth the points. There's better guns you can get that will get you more points in the long run. Coming up here, we have the M16, which is one of those guns that would be better than the Remington. So now I'm sure you're really wondering what is going on in here. So I will tell you. So we open this up for 3,000 points, and on the wall we have 4 things. We have Semtex grenades, which are pretty nice. I like them over frag grenades. You can stick them to zombies. They're pretty sweet. And there's an explosion. We have the AK-74U, which I would say is probably the best gun that you can buy off the wall. Maybe in a matter of opinion, but it's what I like. We have Claymores for 1,000 points, and the Bowie knife to the left there for 3,000. Now, there's actually 5 things in here. The fourth is sort of hidden. I'm just trying to move this crawler out of the way. But if we move these boxes, you just have to shoot them. It will reveal some, they're called galvanuckles. And essentially what they are a melee weapon, which is better than the Bowie knife. It's like a electrical thing that goes on your hand, and it punches really fast, and it kills zombies. That's basically all there is. I didn't have any gameplay, so here's just a picture of them in use. You see the guy punching the zombie in the chest. So now we have the mystery box locations. So there are 5 mystery box locations in total. The first one is in this blue building right here. There's 2 out in the backyard here, which I don't really understand. They're really close to each other. There's that one, and then there's this one, which I should be shooting at pretty soon, right there. It tends to start at that one, I find. It's not always, not definite, but normally it is there. There's one out in the middle area, which is right there as I knife. And actually, I thought that there was one up in this building because of that teddy bear, but I think that's just an Easter egg. And the last one is back behind here, which is, of course, right there. And one last thing about the mystery box is there is a blue light which shines down from the sky, which will help indicate to you where the mystery box is. So now moving on to the perks. The perks are really weird in this map because when you start, there are no perks whatsoever, and they actually fall from the sky. So they're in designated areas that they fall, and there's kind of like a marker, which is this bunch of boxes with a flower pot on the top. It's kind of weird, but they just fall from here, and there's a sort of sound which will play at every time that there's a new perk introduced. The perks are totally random in the fact that like there's no really, it seems that there's no pattern as to when they drop or pattern as to which one will drop. It's completely random, and it's kind of frustrating. Quick revive always spawns in if you are playing by yourself, but apart from that, it's basically just random stuff. So there's one right here, one right there, and then there's 3 more. So 7 in total, I believe. And at least to my knowledge, the perks that I have had fall for me are Juggernog, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, and Double Tap. And the other thing that will fall in these areas is the Pack-a-Punch machine. So again, it's totally random. And I know there's 7 spots, but I've only seen 5 fall at max. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, or maybe there's 2 more secret perks or something. I'm not sure. And there's just one last thing that I want to share with you guys, and that is the noise that it will make before a perk machine will fall from the sky. So you will definitely know that it is falling because it's really loud and you'll hear it. And yeah, so this is just one last clip that I'll show you guys, and it begins now. So there you have it, guys. That's all I have to share with you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It took me a ton of effort to make. If I earned your like, that would be most appreciated. If you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate a subscription. Again, I worked really, really hard on this. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Again, my name is Patrick, and have a wonderful day. I will talk to you later.